Nice TV, the home of joy.
Mwiroreri wa Nice TV ngagikunyita ugeni ringi ngwehoka ni gutinde wega ngehoka uri mwega ngehoka urio utindite wega na ngehoka thiku ciaku cirari njega kuma riria turegaine haha muthenya wa gatatu niguo wa Wednesday na niguo ikinya ihinda ringi riria tukwira ni ihinda ria Utanarika Wendoini ngagicokia ngatho muno ni tondu wa Ngai gukuigana gutuiga na gutugomithania muthenya ungi wa muthenya wa umuthi na reke tuhoe tucokie ngatho niguo tukorwo turi akwanjia tondu tukiugaga kiambiriria giothe ri Ngai in the beginning God koguo nguhoya tukorwo tukitikia tuhoe hamwe niguo tukorwo turi akwanjia show ya muthenya wa umuthi Murungu mwega ni twagiuka mbere ya ku hoi-ini mwega Ngai tugigutia Ngai na tugikugoca Mwathani tukiuga no wagiriire gutio na kugocio na kwambarario baba ni wega Ngai ni tondu wonene no tugi waku Mwathani ni wega Ngai ni tondu wa gutumenyerera na gutugitira baba Ngai ni wega Ngai tondu kuma riria twiriga haha Mwathani ni tugite na respond Mwathani ati andu ni mateithikite andu ni mathomete andu ni magite no kuuku baba wa maundu twagucokeria ngatho Mwathani tugakiuga ngatho na ciothe ni ciaku Ngai ngumo ciothe irogucokerera Mwathani muthenya wa umuthi ni twagi ringi baba Ngai niguo tukorwo turi agukiheo ugi Mwathani niguo Mwathani tukorwo turi akuigua wendi waku baba Ngai urogitwika wega Ngai no Mwathani tukiaririo Ngai thengiu ni tondu wa mugeni witu twaho muthie umukiriririe Mwathani kumuhe na ugi wa umanite na kuri we Ngai niguo gitwariria atwaririe kumana na kuri we Ngai urogitio Ngai no rokigocio thengiu ni tondu wa mwiroreri no uri ratuthikiriria baba mwike wega Ngai no murathime baba niguo Ngai tukirikia baba tukorwo Mwathani Ngai tutaukitwo ni maundu meri matatu na ni wega ino wa Mũrũ Yesu Kristo tuhona twacokia ngatho amen amen thengiu muno Ngai kunyita ugeni na ngwiraga tondu twiki uria twikaga tukaingira haria ha Nice TV mucie wa gikeno thiini wa Facebook na YouTube tuingira haria Nice TV mucie wa gikeno niguo tukorwo turi agushare twambe tushare twite andu niguo twakorwo twakumetari niguo tukorwo turi agukianjia wega tu uguo ingira haria ha Nice TV mucie wa gikeno wanjie gushare ita watu ita marafiki niguo tukianjia twanjie twi hamwe twanjie twi kindu kimwe tondu itaritari ndunduri iri tihuragwo na karuthanju kamwe uguo gukienda tukorwo twi hamwe twi ndundu wega tuthi haria itikira gushare kubari kushare niguo tukorwo turi agukianjia ndereti ino muthenya wa umuthi wega no muthi ni hiu ni mwaki o tugithie na mbere maundu matianjagia maundu matithiaga uru ni kwanjia manjagia uru no mundu tugakiuga ni hashtag ati it is not okay if it's not okay ongekorwo ti hega menya ti hega na ni tugukorwo turi na show njega muno uguo ndukae guthenga hau uguo ni ndukae guthenga mutambo-ini muthenya wa umuthi itikira kumeta na gushare no muthi tugacokia ngatho tondu ndikiri wika ngikiri na mugeni witu ni wega kinwe twari nake last time na tugikorwo turi aguthoma maundu maingi na mega na magegania nginya andu marauga ucoke ni nani tongire ndagitari ndiakiuga shindano ni ile what dozi ya kwanza na ya pili jabu ni mbili ndakiuga makoro maria guthecio karibu sana
asante
thengiu muno guku mucie wa Nice TV mucie wa gikeno tugatika gukorwo nawe muthenya wa umuthi na nie ngienda kwanjia ri nyendaga kwanjia na tumaundu turia tura happen ndirari handu na mundu araheanaga story jamba igakiona muiretu na ni andu aya nguo ndaihu na gitambaya ijamba
jamba ni wa nguo ndaihu
jamba irona muiretu wa nguo ndaihu na marakirika na marakihikania ru muthenya wa kiria ri wa kwanjia kuhanda micii ri athira gikora muiretu ndari matu na ndari ndwa cia maguru tondu aturagekira nguo Rĩu nĩ ndĩrũrio kĩũria rĩu wete ndagĩtarĩ rĩ korwo nĩ we rĩ wĩ iratũ-inĩ icio rĩ ũngĩka atĩa
Ni uririkana tukiuga atiriri utanarika kuo thiini ri ugatuika detective investigator ugechunguzira maundu na ugi waku umenye mundu ucio ahana atia wahikania. Even if you marry the wrong person, the day you marry that person, hemuhujia oigire oguo, the day you marry that person, automatically they become the right one.
Oh my God. Okay. Numwagiwa na gwehoga no ngiwa kageria ke
kumuhe grace
ya kumuhe grace ya kumenya ni atia riu tukigira thiini wa show itu ri kwi maundu I think kaune kaundu kamwe karia karagithii gatwerekeirie thiini wa show itu muthenya wa muthi kwi maundu there is some mistakes and mistake iria twikaga twitana kena iritu gwitu mahitia turia twikaga twitana kena iritu na tuonaga tario kawaida tario kiria no in the real sense tukathi tugakora neira to affect matuko macio mangi meguka kana tugithie stage iwe ngiri tugakorwo ni tura affectwo kana tugakora marriage atira ni affectwo niki tondu hetu mahitia twikagwo kana tureka twitambe unjigi twitagizazi giki riu ni mundu renda tukorwo tukiangalia hizo the common mistakes zenye tunasemaga hii ni sawa tu ataelewa una understand but in the reality tunakuja kuona zinachoma yeah so ni mistakes gani hizo zenye huwa tunafanya but hapo nyumaye zinakuja kukua kuna katashwishi kidogo.
Okay. Asanti sana muthikiriria wa muthenya wa umuthi ni ndakena gukorwo haha na ni ndiretikia ati ni tukuhota ku understand toguo woiga mistakes iria tunge avoid kana pitfalls iria tunge avoid the pitfalls we can avoid when we are getting into marriage and one of the things ninataka ku highlight is the issue of peer pressure. Na peer pressure it's not only amongst the youth peke yake tugaga teenagers nio mena peer pressure mavijana ndio wako na peer pressure but the issue of peer pressure continues even for old people because peer pressure is basically when you succumb or when you give in to what other people think or what other people are doing for the sake of fitting in. So kwenda go fit in kana kwenda onawe gukorwo ni uhana ta andu aria angiri it brings a lot of peer pressure. Now that is one mistake tunaona na vijana siku hizi ama this our generation and those who are younger than us that is one of the mistakes ambayo tunaona that is making people rush into marriage in the wrong way and then saa zile ushafika huko ndani unaanza ku regret what happened. So peer pressure is very key because it is conforming. You conform to a certain standard ama a certain pattern ambayo it's not within your belief system, it's not within the important things or the things that you prioritize. So because you want to conform na kufiti in ukae kama wase wengine una end up kumess and that is why unapata watu wanaoa wengine because rende yangu yote mabeshte watu wameoa wame move on hata mimi nataka ku move on so that pressure becomes too much. Sometimes it's also pressure from our parents. Wazazi wanaanza kukwambia wewe ni ukurire ri wewe
kawe wako wewe kana ni
exactly ona makaje gukwira ona mwana wa ngania ndurona ngania ukaje kuonio andu aria meshiragia neo magirwo gukorwo me role models but in the real sense hega pressure karoka na rimwe ugakora mundu ni a conform ni eheana thiini wa pressure yo na ka make a wrong decision koguo tugacoko haria turaragia last week tukoiga atiriri motive iria iratuma utengerere onakorwo ni kindu ta kihiko onakorwo ni kindu ta githomo anything that you want to do in life if it is informed by peer pressure definitely ndingirika wega. Yes oguo tutige kurora ati bogi yangu kuna ni thire aciari oguo and in a few words tungihota atia ko minimize kana ko put away kana go shut tondu pressure iho kwaria ma pressure ni nyingi
riu ni atia ingihota data mwanake data muiritu ukirwo tarora riu murarikirie murisoma na yeye rora
exactly
how can I be able at uria ingihota kwigiriria tondu I think yes si hori na ni ati ingehota kwigiriria no korwo ndiraingirire ho to ndinahota ndinataũkwo ũrĩa ingehota kwigiriria
ni kurehe uhoro wa kwĩtĩkia na uhoro wa mundu wimenyete na mundu utaũkĩirwo who I am. Ni ndoigire atiriri last week ngiuga mundu ukinyetie handu akemenya na akamenya who they are first of all in God. Na purpose yaku ya muturire, what is your purpose in life. Those are things ambazo zinakupatia foundation. Na wena foundation hiyo ri ona kũngĩũka maũndũ mangĩ external makugeria gugushake, you have a foundation. The other thing, so if you have a good foundation, ni ukuhota ku differentiate this is peer pressure and this is good for me. You can be able to separate that. The other thing gwenda kuga atiriri njokerere uhoro ria ndaririe wa counsel, being able to seek counsel or being surrounded by people who are mature, andu mangigutara, andu mangigucorrect. Niyo megukwira atiriri we ndagitari ni ari kwacio thiku icio uracera nao na anake acio ni ariku mwanake ucio ni wao ni ndakuriire gicagi na ni nuonagwo ni na mundu kinya ona atari muciari mundu ucio ni akuragia no ucio mwinake no na ti mami wanyu no gikinya kwanyu ndikora haro iria ihaririirio muci ucio haro itahana haro tondu no akoraga andu ni responsible in the society ndwari responsibility ya muciari umwe aciari othe aitura rianyu mari responsible over you na ni twahotaga kurora atiriri that is a model family, that is a model youth, that is a model gentleman. Na warora uguo kamenya I would want to get counsel from that one or counsel from that one or counsel from that one. Kwirwo na guthikiriria na gutarwo is very important. Na kiu ni kindu kimwe tura lose generation ine no itu ni tura lose values cia correction. Andu matirenda gu correctwo ona mundu wa correctwo no ekuiba kiongo na karuga. Those are the things icio nicio indo ingikugiririria ku fall into that bad peer pressure. Yes.
Wa no akeigwa mwiroreri wa Nice TV reka tugerie guthema na peer pressure ikiri kuono bata Ngai ariho na Ngai ni atuhe neema ya gwika atia ya guthenga nacio ya guthito guimanuva twene tukiziondokia pole pole na yes tutigagitikira gwika maundu ni tondu wa pressure ya nini uguo na Ngai ni agututeithia na tuthie na mbere gutaukwo ure tuguthi tuninyihitie pressure reke mathiaga na mbere na I think njira yakwa tiyo ya njira ya uri ungi
exactly
to nginya ati korwo ndi na mundu kana nyingire wendo-ini ndi na miaka 25 tondu uri ungi ni ngire na 25
o mundu ri
ni ari na kiria giake
muturire-ini uyu he gathabari karia Ngai amuthondekeire na tungihota kumenya uguo ni tugukorwo twi contented. Kirikaniro kiugaga atiriri na githungu godliness with contentment is great gain. Ngai na kuiganira na ni wega mundu akaiganagira hari ari na maundu-ini maria areka na maundu maria Ngai amuteithitie gwika nigetha uhote guthiga thabari ugaku tondu o mundu ena karugendo gake na ena gacira karia Ngai amutemeire ona ingigeria gutwika ndagitari wa wendo tawe
ni wa guthii hari tu
ndingihota
o mundu acugira stage
bas
twaiba turi town tukwaiba turi ithuothe
ni kumagira Roysambu
kuri kumira Roysambu na ndikaumira Roysambu tondu ndona gukimwo ati tafadhali ni ndona ni tigirwe kire until nifike to my destiny. Kwa hivyo tuvumilie pale.
Exactly.
Oh yes. Uvumilivu pale na ni jambo zuri. Ni kaundu kariko kage tugikorwo tukiuga gakoretwo kari ka mistake na tugakorwo tukiuga ni sawa tu na yenyewe si sawa. Yes, ni kaundu kariko kage.
Ndirenda kwariria uhoro wa process. Ugo tuiga uhoro wa gathabari. Na njuge atiriri mundu atanakinya haria urenda gukinya muturire-ini hega process Ngai agutwarithagia ona to Ngai tu even in the natural waciarwo umuthiri ndungithie kirathi rucio ni kwamba kuikara muci urerwo wi mwana munini wa thiku imwe urerwo urugirwo uronge. There are processes that you have to take in life. Na generation itu ndirekira ho tondu ndiri mukuru na ndiri munini And I'm in this generation.
Oh yes.
Njuge atiriri, generation ino twinayo. Tutirenda guikara process ine ya kulearn na gukura and maturity before we get what we want. Turenda indo cia naihenya, turenda riches cia naihenya, tunataka kutajirika haraka, kuoa haraka, kupata watoto haraka. We want everything now.
Haraka.
Somebody called it the microwave generation.
Pap.
Darenda gwakia jiko. Uhurutere yakane mwaki uruge. You want something you can pop in the microwave and it's done.
Oh yes.
That is one mistake we are doing with life. You cannot become the best experiences of life are what you have gone through.
Oh yes.
A person who has gone through experiences in life and overcome them is very different from a person who just rushed through issues na amefika mahali fulani. Oyo wagereire tu experiences twake na tests ciake na trials ciake na kihituka tugeranio twake
kwinaka
mundu ucio ni akuhota gu sustain what they eventually get as opposed to somebody who just went through the system so fast akiriganirwo ati ni agirirwo ku mature through the process. So there is a very big difference. Na experiences cia muturire cikoragwo ci part of us ni cia gutukuria na cia gutuma tumachue. So that is one thing generation itu irenda twagirirwo ni kwaririo muno na ku encouragewo tondu ndungiuma college umuthi ni njugaga ni ndirona uria ungiuma college umuthi na rucio ni urenda Mercedes Benz muthenya uyu ungi urenda gwikira uhiki kundu na kuguo Karen ni wamenya kugwikagwo mohiki njuri atiriri sawa no wike uguo tondu no korwo na aciari makiri na mbeca no umenye icio ti mbeca ciaku. It is good to go through the process wethe wira umenye work ethics, umenye kuirutira wira na moko maku, gwethera mbeca ciaku, umenye what it means to save, kuriha rent niki, you know, kwina processes nyingi muno twagirwo guthie in life iria iguguteithia na utanakinya kihiko-ine that will mature you.
Oh yes.
Na that is one thing that is lacking, and I'm sure you can tell wa compare na nikioro na ginya peer pressure giuka tondu andu araingi mareka maundu na ihenya so nawe ukarigo na mbona sio mimi so you end up thinking that is how life should be. No, that is not how life should be. Let us learn to go through the process. Let us learn how to stick even when trouble comes or trials come. We develop thick skin.
Oh yes.
What develop thick skin that thick skin will help you sustain
goikara hau
yes
ukuweka kupe ulitirire hau tondu ni ramenya there is something I'm targeting yani ndikire ndiri kongerugo
na ukirugwo ri capacity yaku noguo ira enlarge.
Oh yes.
So you'll be able now to handle bigger things in future. Mwana ureretwo na Cerelac na mwana ureretwo na marigo ma kuhihia na jiko. I'm saying that kwa sababu ninajua Wakikuyu wengi walifanya hivyo hiyo ya marigo makube or something like that.
Na hakiuria no ni ndiuria.
Those are two different people.
Oh yes.
Okay, not people in terms of character but mirire yao is very different.
On stamina
ya mwili, on strength na niturakiaririo horo wa ginya health iko ici. Those are two different people in terms of their eating habits. So kiria okuria thaici were ya mifupa yaku thaici no magego makureka atia urathondeka. Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Mirori wa Nice TV. Nirikarite hau kaje guthondeka stamina. Kana capacity. Are you building a capacity? Are you waiting on that process? Are you faithful to that process? Ndio ukaweza kutengeneza stamina, and that stamina ndio itakusaidia nao onokeje kulika. Ndio kulika kuru.
Exactly.
Ndio kulika kuria guthagireire.
Yes.
You will endure. Twero ni ukuhota ku endure things. Ni ukuhota ku endure maria meguka. Negativity cigioka cia tondu tukiragwo titambarare, you will able to stand.
Na njuge atiriri hau uhoro wa process. Njuge atiriri ona riria urenda kuhikania ndukarugirire kihiko. Go through that courtship properly hau niho ukumenya mundu uyu ndugakorwo na ihenya. In fact wahika ri kana wahikania ri turoigire it is until death do you part. Na miaka mingi muno ya guikara na mundu. Take your 1 year, take your 2 years, that period ya kumenyana. Don't skip that stage. Tondu hau niho ukuhota kumenya atiriri, these are the red flags, these are the characters of this person, maya ni maundu maria mega, maya ni maria moru, you work through them. Hau niho mukuhota gwika ginya counseling, premarital counseling, mutanahika kihiko-ini. Let that process come for you, because hau niho uguteithikira. Ndukurika uru.
Tikuona turu ndona riu njamba no we agiuka mwathani akindehera njamba no ni handsome ina kanyamu
by December no ginya
wakiuga kauga reke nguthuke na ihenya ngitikire uhoro wayo na ihenya ndimitindike ndimiguthe pressure ndimire tuhikanangie na kumbe where you don't want to follow the process.
Yes,
you urenda go take short, urenda kuingira na yani courtship ama friendship ama relationship yani elike wega. Merori wa Nice TV etekira tu kuingira wega no etekire kurika uria kwagirire. Thengi muno kura mugambi akauga stamina iko oya sawa arauga stamina iko. Thengi muno ngai athina be ku stamina nginya tuone ni atia ndakinya hake mujambo ndagitari ucio tago theuri then Thomas Richo kauga gatua nyaga always present. Thengi muno thi na mbere na gutua no. Thank you Thuo Blessed akauga ako tune then Thuo akauga ako rocked sana. Ngona he mundu uretwa Pipi Jeff mwene Nyambura ni gwita na aretana ageta Nyambura Bishop Samuel Kigomba mwene nacio arakina Jerry Uji ani gaita kujeni hapa ni mwetu tafadhali na tugaga mwetu uri mugetekera gwitika tondu onare metirwo ni Jesu ni metekire who are you not gwitika. Pastor Ben Thiong'o akauga muriega ndagitari geithie mugeni witu wa umuthi no ageithie muno ni Pastor Ben.
Yes.
Ena ndagitari etagwo Daktari Juri Karanja geitheka muno ndigo kofiu cio nake ni agikorwo akinya thengio muno na turagithi tukiroraga ati maundu maria tukoragwo tukiigino tukamaigino magi tukatake shortcut yani you just ignore and tunasema it's okay and in the reality it is not okay. Yes. Then Monique Joki akauga ndagitari geitheka muno ugeithie mugeni witu sana the tune sana. Yes, riu turakorwo tukirora the things ambazo tunasemanga it's okay and in the real sense it's not okay. Riu kaundu kau kangi ni kariku to ni twakirora the process we to see jump the process tukisema it's okay ati gugikara nake matuku maingiru wa learn ni gamerewa na ko mbere na twakiro it's good weterere process iyo irike wega niguo nginya ukione ready for kana one dislike na like yani maundu macio mothe meige utheri-ini ukirika kuo ukorwo ukiona niki urarikira kuo then twakirwo horo wa peer pressure ugo tutigetikire pressure tutindike riu kaundu kau kangi tungikorwo tukirora ni kariku karia tukoragwo tukiihuria nako it's okay but in the real sense it is not okay.
Igweria wakinya tondu turariria horo wa kurika wendo-ini igweria wakinya kurika wendo-ini ri ama when your time comes and you feel you want to get married na you have identified somebody that you want to get married to.
Oh yes,
that person from day one, let that person know what you believe in. Mundu ucio amenye kiria we witikitie. When you do that, this person on akarugendo ko muguthiania nako in courtship ri they will not be met by surprises later. It is not okay to keep quiet if you are born again Christian.
Oh yes,
no reda ko date mundu tari born again arafu ukire riria mukahikania umwirage atiriri nyi ni thia kanitha ambe amake kanitha uthia kanitha we na itakire ndakuona no githie kanitha na utakire wa invite tugikoti you never even invited me. So it is very good to let this person know what your values are, what your morals are, what you believe in.
Oh yes.
Why? Because that knowledge ego guteithia ku build your relationship on a foundation of honesty and trust.
Oh yes.
many times to relationship inere ni tuonaga situations nyingi cia ku compromise no mundu akoiga atiriri ninamjua tu si ati anakuanga mbaya ata change let me tell you kama huyo mtu ako hivyo ikiwa kwa courtship kule sio Mungu atambadilisha. Mungu ndiye anabadilishanga watu.
Oh yes.
So it is very important, put everything on the table. Okay?
But this is how I believe.
This is what I believe. These are the things I do. Takarugano riu kwa jeti okaigatiriri. Huyo alikuta anafunganga kitambaa, kumbe hana masikio, hana you know something like that. Wacha mtu ajue vile uko na kile unaamini before you get there. It is very important. This person you're dating is a human being. You owe them some honesty. Honestly. You owe them some honesty. The other thing I would also want to say is generation yeno ito kana modo we they say love is blind. Na mtu wako in love anakuanga na ujuaji mingi sana. Na kuambiwa ni ngumu. But the other come bring out in this way that sometimes ne pride na rebellion. Ekoragwo ena thina. When you are proud, ndungihota ginya kwirika. Mundu proud ndangihota kwirika.
Asa.
Na thiko ici andu people are becoming proud. Ona kirikaniro ni kiugaga in the last days. Pride ne gakorwo enyingi
few yeah.
Na pride yo ri mundu proud ke gwire ni mundu very selfish. Na wajia ku notice to character to pride thini wa mundu uria urenda kuhikia. You better be very careful. Todo iyo ni kindu ki thini kia ni undu wi thini wa mundu ucio na ginya mwahikania gutiri undu ungicenjia tiga Ngai o mwenyewe acenjirie mundu. So you have to be very careful if you see any pride in a person. It is very important you address it. Na andu aingi thiko ici ni maratuika proud todo they believe in the arm of the flesh. Ni mimi ninafanyanga, ni nguvu yangu, nimeomoka, niko hivi. Andu makekira hinya thini wa what they see with the physical eye or materialism. And that brings a lot of pride. Ugakoraga muiretu ndangihutikia roiga ni mwanake angikorwo ndara drive ndareko ni tutigeo ya nyumba kodo tuge no to hire nyoba Kilimani tutirekara Githurai. You know, they do not want to start down. Nyodo wa pride area mudo cio enayo. And that is going to play out even in marriage. Tondo na riria mwahikania na murenda ku make decisions, you can't. Tondo mwe oekore
uri ni akinyire
oke nake ni arageria ku organize motorire wake akinyire handu ari ari, but which is very very difficult. So pride is something that people need to look out for. Na jugaga atiriri if you're humble you will attract humble people. If you're proud you will attract pride people. Like begets like. You attract what you are. So we go back to you as an individual. What are you?
Tofauti ya proud. Mimi juu na mwingine anasema mimi I'm not proud. It's only that I have nimeka standard zangu. I'm not proud. Different tunaweza tofautisha je proud and standard. Mtu nimeka standard zangu hapa.
Number one. A proud person is very different from a person who is saying he started energy. Because pride seeks for itself or its own. Everything is centered around me. It is me, myself, and I. Okay? But when it is a standard I have, or a value I have, or a moral I have, it is not just about me. There is a higher power or a higher thing that I ascribe to, who is God. So hata kama niko na standard na niko na values zangu, si kujifurahisha, nataka kufurahisha God. Okay? But pride, I am putting standards and I am putting vikwazo for you for my own good.
Ndio mimi mwenyewe ni shy.
It is for my own good. It is my name. It is my thing. It is me. It is me who wants to look good to my friends. So pride and standards is very very different.
Oh yes.
And again, Mundu ena values cia muturire. That's a very humble person. If you find someone who is genuine with God, genuine with the morals they want to portray, orore mundu ucio, even their own lives, they are very humble. They know how to treat people, they know how to talk to people. Mundu proud ni egwika atiri. Let me give you an example. Ni mwathie restaurant kunywaga coffee. Muiga mucemanie handu munywe coffee. Na this your person urenda kuhikia.
Yes.
Orore mundu ucio eko deal atia na waiters. That is one way you can tell mundu uyu attitude ciake cikoragwo cihana.
Ihana atia.
Ara harass waiters. Ara maririo ria kwenda. Ara marumania kou. Akora mundu say you are walking on the streets na kwina andu aya akajumara hata they are sweeping the streets. Atajali. How is that person taking even the low person, the low people? Aria tokiugaga ni low, but honestly it's not like they are low. How do they treat or handle such people?
Oh yes.
Mundu ucio atritaga atia andu acio. That will tell you a lot. Mundu ucio riria ngari-ini matatu-ini ara treat atia conductor ucio woka kumwitia mbeca. Although nitokiwe kwi amwe meharo, but how are you treating that person who is below you? That can tell you a lot about the character of that person.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Upande wa YouTube naona pia huko mmewashilia kuwashilia. Tuko ndani anaitwa Magi Wangari, then John Joroge anasema it's not okay if it's not okay. Oh yes, kama si sawa si sawa. Hena kiulia.
Yes.
What do you really mean getting married to the wrong person then akuwe the right?
Okay.
Kundi to wose okia. Then Margaret agashoka ni very 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 true. Then henoge Nairobi ka Wednesday loving this, it is not okay if it's not okay. Kiuria ni dake nyita wega. What do you really mean getting married to the wrong person then akuwe the right
person,
the right one?
Yes, this is what I mean. No oria kiuria kiu
etago Margaret Wangari.
Okay, Margaret. Tuigire atiriri last week ate kuhikania ri ni wendi wa Ngai. Na riria uraingira kihiko ri Ngai oigite it is until death do you part.
Oh yes.
So there is no exit door. All right? Nikio gitumi turaingira kihiko tondu nituramenya it's in the plan of God, noguo niguo Ngai endete. Therefore angikorwo uguo niguo Ngai endete na ni wahikania wahikania na murango ucio wahingwo, meaning mundu ucio na akorwo ekuhanaga atia na ni mwaingira haria
na pambana na haria,
you have to work on it. That wrong person thesho niguo urona wrong na ni mweka courtship nduronaga wrong, isn't it? Riu ni mwaingira thiini,
you have
to be the right person. You have to work on it. Na nikio twina counselors, nikio twina mahoya. Na program teno ya gugu prepare nigetha ndukaigire haria ukimenyaga it is wrong.
Oh,
it is not okay. Nigetha ndukoigaga benda yugage atirire I wish I knew. Yes.
Usisema by the way it was not okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is what we mean by even if you get married to the wrong person, the day you marry them, they become right. Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let people take time. Let people pray. Let people seek for counsel. Orore red flags. Ndukanywe kahua twarago coffee. No coffee uranywa no ndurori ciuria. Iria important.
Kugate I'm just humble.
Yes. I'm humble. Yes. Don't just say tuthie coffee nawe no mururugano wa coffee. Muthenya umwe coffee yo muri atiriri tondu tunyuaga coffee ino ri. Tajira atiriri. Wewe, what is your vision? What are you looking for in life?
Umetoka wapi unaenda wapi?
Yes.
Sisi ni akina nani?
Exactly.
Tuongele vile hado daire ajiretio miageza toba
nywa coffee.
Nadai
wara ni undu caffeine na ni raike hamwiri na ndarenda kunyashiria.
It's not okay my sister. It's not okay my brother. If things is not okay, it is not okay.
Yes.
Then hena kaudo Igenda tweke ate tukahutio hanini. It's a matter of faith.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not okay in our current day. Religion to affect in one way or another. And sasa religion to affect. But ningetaka tuangalie, does faith matters? Mimi na daktari na nurse. Faith inafaa kufanya nini? Kufanya kumata, cause religion sometimes ninakuta inatoa watu nje. You are not of my religion. But how can you say about faith, not the religion? Cause hiyo mambo hapata religion hapana, but faith ndio tukuje tukijua ni namna gani.
Okay.
Matters of faith.
Yeah. Last week nidoikiria atiriri nilisema hivi. Know what is important to you. Before you say this is the person I want to marry, know what is important to you. If matters of faith are important to you, let them be top of the list. Okay? Kuna mtu anaweza kuwa yeye ako ready kuoa, lakini hajali wewe ni wa kanisa gani ama dini gani ama ulitoka wapi ama unaabudu ama hauabudu ama kile unaabudu.
Kama kile unaabudu.
If that is not important for them, maybe they have something else that is important to them. Lakini kama wewe faith is important, then wacha ikue top of the list. And I will say this. According to the Bible, I don't know what other religions will ascribe to, but I also know kuna religions ambazo kama wewe si wa dini yao ama hiyo
you don't have the belief system yao.
Yes, you cannot marry somebody from who is not like that. But I want to say kulingana na sisi wa Kristo. Biblia inasema light and darkness cannot walk together. All right? They have no fellowship. Okay? So that is why faith comes in. Why? Because marriage has a lot to do with love. Yes, I agree. But also marriage is more practical. Once you're in there, it is not just the babe, the words you use. It's more than that. Infatuation inafikanga mahali inaisha. Hiyo msisimuko inafikanga mahali inaisha. Faith now comes in because if you are not of the same faith, sometimes kuna decisions za marriage that you will need to make ambazo zitawa affect, especially if your faiths are not together. So for example, mimi naenda kanisa Catholic, and you go to a Pentecostal church. We've started getting babies. Where do we take the children? Okay? So kuna very many practical things that begin to happen in marriage. Sasa toa love. Love already iko hata ndio imetufunika ndio imetuweka. Sawa. Now let's go down to the real marriage. We are working out our marriage. We have decisions to make. We have progress to do. We have prayers to make. We have many things to do. We have friends who are already becoming family friends kwa sababu sasa tumeoana, and we have family friends. We have external experiences now that we are a family. What informs our belief system? Tutafanyanga aje decisions zetu? If our faith is not together, there is a likelihood to crash. Kwa sababu sasa, like nimekuuliza, watoto tutapeleka wapi kanisa? That is why sometimes faith comes in such a matter. Okay? The Bible is very clear, and I'm talking in the Christian context. Ya kwamba the man is the head of the home.
Yes.
Okay? Now if the man is the head of the home, ukienda kwa Waindi, the girl is the one who pays dowry. Family ya msichana.
Yeah.
Sasa mimi kwetu kule nimelelewa, man is the head. Niolewe na Muindi. Girl ndiye uleta dowry. You see the crash. So I have to marry my faith now comes in at that place. Ndio nisikue na hizo conflict. Ni kweli tunapendana. But then when you start working out the marriage, kuna mahali faith ambayo itaingilia, kuna mahali ambapo you will now be required to apply your faith even in decision making. That is why you marry somebody after your own kind. It is important to marry somebody after your own kind. It will help you. It will make running of your family smooth. Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. and haunega hapa pako chojo. Hapa hata siwezi ongezea kitu wala kutoa kitu kwa sababu faith ina matter, and what you believe ni key sana. Usikute unasema unataka kuomba, mimi nakuuliza unaomba nini ama wapi ama kwa nini?
Yes.
It's good we have a common or the same faith to ili hata ukianza to do some few things kusikue na that collide.
Yeah, like for example, hata kama you don't assuming you want to ignore the matters of faith, then ni ignore tu. Lakini niolewe alafu niende nikute kule nimeolewa, they do witchcraft. Okay?
They
na
believe
wewe hata hujui hiyo ni nini. But there they believe in it. Will you indulge in it because you don't care about faith? Ogweka uruto dodo, you don't care anyway. Hiyo ndio wanaamingi, mimi naamini hivi. You know, kuna when it comes to that place, lazima you pick someone or you choose someone or you get married to your kind.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And I remember you are getting married to become one. The Bible says marriage, a man and a woman shall become one.
Oh, yes.
It's not only one in the flesh. Even the values you believe in, they must agree.
Oh yes.
Because you're going to bring up children. Children after your own kind. It has to agree.
Oh yes.
Yes.
No akigwa even in matters of faith niwega gukoro in one. Na riu ri umothe he mundu hutirie mathaa maitu maragithie guthie wega. Ningenda twiri hebu nipe parting shot ya siku ya leo kwa sababu time yetu iko sawa.
Yes.
Time yetu iko sawa. So give me your parting shot, and so we call it for today and because najua we have been blessed and we have learned something.
Yes.
So give us your parting shot.
Yeah.
Then we lap this thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Nataka kuambia mtazamaji na muthikiriria na uri uraturora, I want to tell you this. Ithuĩ generation itu keto learn will take time in the process. Let us take time in the process. He odo okaga kana he maturity okaga. There's maturity that comes to you every time you learn through the experiences that you're going through. It is very, very important. Do not disregard the experiences that you're going through in life. Some people I know are going through very, very difficult times, but that does not inform who you are. There is a greater thing that God is working within your life, and God is going to make it better. Just take your time, seek the counsel that you need, seek the help that you need, but do not skip the process.
Oh yes.
Agree to go through the process, go through that fire, go through that trial. God is refining you. The best gold is the kind of gold that has gone through the fire and has been refined in the hands of a blacksmith. So go through it, learn, dust yourself, rise up, take on another day, take on another challenge. The Lord is on your side.
Oh yes,
Yes.
oh yes. Wengi sana, asante sana, tumeshukuru sana.
Asante.
And you are much welcome again and again and again.
Asante.
Thĩinĩ wa kliniki ĩno ya Utanarika Wendoini.
Yes.
Tũthiĩ na mbere gũkĩmarigita. Thank you Motibo Nancy akauga ko tune Beatrice Jerry akauga I really agree. I think nĩ warauga. Nĩetĩkanĩria nawe. Nĩetĩkanĩria nawe Beatrice Jerry. Thank you muno. Rĩu niĩ nĩ ndagĩkenda muno na ngacokia ngatho. Rĩu ngakikwĩra atĩrĩrĩ nĩ tũthiĩ na mbere ku-engage na kwaranĩria thĩinĩ wa social media citũ. Nĩ tũthiĩ na mbere gũkĩarĩria kwaranĩria thĩinĩ wa social media. Ĩtĩkĩra kwaranĩria na niĩ harĩ hana MC Miracle. Tũkorwo tũrĩ gũthiĩ na mbere gũkĩaranĩria na maũndũ macio maingĩ na maingĩ na mega. No arie nake thĩinĩ wa social media Gakinjero ũngĩthiĩ harĩa. No muthie na mbere no urie kiuria beyond pale no get that interaction zaidi na zaidi na ni hagukorwo hari hega ndu wakihutie mitambo yo tondu tukiuma haha ne mohoro ni megukorwo mari ma kuingira na madamu egwitwo wa kahuthu riu ngagikuhoya ukorwo wikara hau no korwo wakurathimo muno nginya ritu gukorwo turi akuona na muthenya ungi muthenya wa Wednesday ngai murathime na ngai amwike wega shalom.